full of smoke. My wife said I have had enough. That said I'm sick, get out. So I stumbled down to Kelly's pub across the edge of town, and I told the boys my story, and we had another round. Now we're drinking, fight. We'll drink and fight. And if I see a pretty girl, I'll sleep with her tonight. Yes, I'm drinking, fight. Well, she was a pretty whore. She'd always greet you with a smile and never lock her door. But on the day she died, all the men in town did weep, for Mary McGregor finally got some sleep. Now we'll drink and fight. We'll drink and fight. And if I see a pretty girl, I'll sleep with her tonight. Yes, we'll drink and fight. A child untold. I gave her my heart, and she gave me a cold. So now I sit standing here, out in the pouring rain. I'll stumble back to Kelly's pub, and cry away me pain. I'll drink and fight. We'll drink and fight. And if I see a pretty girl, I'll sleep with her tonight. And I'll drink and fight.
Sweat under moonlight,
and I washed all my knives in a bucket of film,
sinking to daddy's armchair and listen to the knocking on the floor. What have I done? Oh, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done?
the mess I made.
What have I done?
The mess I made.
What have I done? Inside of I don't know if I can get out. Wanna see in front of me. Eyes open wide this time. This time. This time. It's early somewhere, but not in this room. It's soothing inside, avoid impending doom. And a taste for blood.
Nothing I'll settle for,
What have I done?
so they won't find
What have I done?
those insides out.
What have I done?
What have I done?
What have I done?
They slowly sank
What have I done?
to tops of skull.
What have I done? Inside of I don't know if I can get it out. Wanna see in front of me. Eyes open
this bout of insanity. Yeah, I just hope the world can see that I've tried so hard to fill the empty space with honesty. My conscience is sharp. Whoa, broke down my jealousy, and I've tried so hard to fill the empty space with honesty. My conscience is sharp. Broke down my jealousy.
Friends, the time for mediocrity and broadcasting is over. My name is Tony Jones, and I want to welcome you to Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast right here on Rhode Island Free Radio, online at rifreeradio.org. My co-host this evening is from Chuckles Crypt on RI Free Radio, and of course the Chuckles and Laughs show. You've seen him nationwide at Comic-Cons and anywhere fine entertainment is sold. Yes, he is Chuckles the Clown. Chuckles, good evening.
Good evening.
Great. So glad you could be here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this may be either our 4th, 5th, or 6th year. We worked this show over the airwaves, and then we brought it here to Rhode Island Free Radio when we came over, but I've lost track if this is our 4th, 5th, or 6th year.
It's been about, Nurse Misery said this is our about 4th year of doing this. So next year the big 5.
In alternative media, that's a big deal. As you know, people start doing these things, same with cable access, then they realize this is a lot of hard work, and then you never see them again. So for a program like this to last going on 5 years, I mean, that's kind of a big deal. And, of course, we always have listeners from coast to coast and around the country. Japan already checking in with me, our friends in the band Titty Twister. And but it's already 2017 in Japan, so they've already done their thing. But just to let you all know, there are 2 hours, 49 minutes, and 50 seconds until January 1st, 2017, local time. If you're listening internationally, we apologize. We are of no use for you as far as the countdown goes. But if you're on East Coast time here in the good old U.S. of A., we'll count it down throughout the night. We're going to talk about everything in 2016. I'll get into some food a little bit later. Of course, we have to talk about that. I want to talk about professional wrestling. We'll talk about music this past year, some of it good, some of it very, very bad. I was looking at the countdown of the top songs of 2016, and yes, showing my age as my beard gets more and more gray, I only heard of about 5 or 6 of the bands out of the top 10. And of course, Chuckles, he is all things pop culture, so he's going to take the first half of the show, and he'll bring you through 2016 in pop culture, maybe talk a little bit about 2017. Now, I'm going to remind you, rifreeradio.org to listen in. You don't even have to do anything. If you go to rifreeradio.org, our live stream will just start playing. I mean, how easy is that? Talk about lowering barriers to access. If you want to check in with us, go to facebook.com/rifreeradio or facebook.com/Tony Jones Show. I'll monitor those. I'll monitor the folks checking in with us on our event page, and I'll be on Twitter at Tony Jones in RI, and I'll be on Twitter at RI Free Radio. So if you are catching us live, we always love to hear from you. We are happy to give shout-outs. We're happy to play your requests, and we're happy to talk about what you want to talk about. But now, talking about what he wants to talk about, I'm going to hand things over to Chuckles the Clown, and of course we'll have the best local music throughout the night. So I hope if you're out there having a party, we can be your soundtrack, and if you're heading out or heading home, please be safe out there. We mention it every year, Chuckles. It's not you we're worried about. It's the idiot in the car next to you that we're worried about, or behind you that has had 26 beers and is going to plow into you as you're driving home.
Thank God the bus is picking me up from the insane asylum and I don't have to do the driving. Hopefully Henry's not drunk this time, though. Someone's got the nip bottle away from him. And thank you for that lovely introduction. Let me tell you something. I'd like to say good riddance to 2016. This has been primarily one of the worst years for most of us.
And I'm normally a fairly positive guy. I also think 2016 has just sucked eggs.
It just has. It's taken away some good celebrities, which we will talk about later on. It's given us some good sci-fi movies, some good hero movies, but it also gave a lot of us what we think was some bad movies. But I'm going to give you later on the top 10 movies that Chuckles picked. Now, you might not agree with these. Quite frankly, I don't care. And to the side of me, I have, of course, Slappy and Lenny the Loon. Lenny the Loon will go over some of the 2016's top video games, which I really didn't buy any video games this year.
No, I didn't either.
There was nothing out there that said, ooh, I got to go buy you. There was nothing really new that said, hey, I actually retreated back to the retro land.
Nice.
And started picking up some of the older games that I never played before. And I tell you, a little thing called retro disease. You guys ever heard of this? No? It exists, the retro disease. You could be sitting there playing like the best of the graphics that are out there, which, say Gears of War. And yes, the game's fun and it's gory. And it's everything you want. It's got a good story to it, but it doesn't beat that retro Zelda game that you still, to this day, plug in, and you can't find all the levels.
No.
And I've played that game so many times. It's usually a religion of mine to pick it up and play it once a year. But I still, to this day, will forget where one of the levels are or where one of the things I need to get. And the fact is that game stays true and still is playable to today. Man, kudos to the creators of Zelda.
Now, can you still save on the 8-bit video games, or have they kind of expired?
Mine, it can. It is rare to find ones that have the batteries that work.
Right, it has like a watch battery type thing in there.
So which is what makes this video game expensive. And that's why it's up in the hundreds of dollars marker.
Yeah.
Is to find it with the battery working inside of it and in good condition. That's rare. But I say this very fluently, this thing called the Retron, which I have, allows you to save your 8-bit games, period.
Nice.
Now, that was something that we wish we had as a kid, especially playing Mega Man. Like, those games are flipping hard. I wish I had save points on some of those. After I got past, jumping past a certain area, yes, I made it. I got to the bad guy, done. And then have to start all over again.
Or if you're playing and your folks tell you got to get off the machine, and you ignore them, and what do? They come over and they either press that button or they unplug it on you.
Oh, the worst was my old man knew where the power surge was to where my bedroom was. He would just go downstairs because I'd lock him out of the bedroom thinking I was being a wise ass. He'd go downstairs to the power surge and boom, everything would go out. Not only would I have to, if it was one of my newer systems, say like my PlayStation or something like that, I'd have to reboot the machine. On top of it probably just wiped out my entire save.
You should have listened.
I should have listened,
Yep.
but I didn't. But I didn't see any games this year that were worth buying. I really didn't. There wasn't anything out there that says I had to go pre-order these games and pick them up. And usually there's one or two that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pre-order these and pick it up. But this year wasn't that year. But however, it was the year of the comics, and we'll go over that right now because Chuckles Crypt is about the comic books, and this year gave us quite a few good ones. And I could go all night with that, but we want Tony Jones to talk more about food because we do like food. And all things political, I'm sure there's a lot to share on that. But I did a short top 5 list. Now, if you don't agree with my list, like I said, I don't care. It's my list. I'm not going by the stupid YouTubers list or whatever is up on Wikipedia's list. This is my top 5 list for as far as this year's comic book series that came out. And unfortunately, most of them came out later on in the year that I was looking forward to. But, of course, I'm going to go from least favorite to favorite, Batman and the Ninja Turtles. No one saw this coming with the IDW crossover with DC. Incredible story. If you have not got the chance to pick that up and read that, do. It is very, very good. Number 4, The Incredible Hulk, and it was in the Civil War series, Part 2, so that was good. Rehashing the Civil War story again, but anything with the Incredible Hulk in it is, well, it's incredible. It's awesome to read that. There's a reason why he's on the top 5 of Marvel's list. And number 3 was the re-envision Batman Ninja Turtles 2, where they took like the cartoon Batman and the cartoon Ninja Turtles and they paired them together. It did so well, they did a second series to see how this was going to go off. And so far, I like it. Number 3. Number 2 with me was Agents of Howl, which I was finally able to get the full hard copy of the book. S.H.I.E.L.D. creates this group called Stake that has werewolves, swamp-looking man thing, mummies, you name it. It was like Universal mashes up being superheroes fight in the paranormal. What a good book, and it made you want more. I'm hoping they do release more to that. I mean, I saw something with them saying Agent of Howl teaming up with Deadpool. Maybe. But by themselves, really cool. And number 1, of course, my all-time favorite, He-Man versus Thundercats. We've always wanted this in the 80s to see who's going to win. Who's going to take this battle? I'm not sure. They're taking their time releasing this. They're doing a really job releasing artwork for this, trying not to hurt the fans' feelings. Me, personally, I got my money down on He-Man taking this.
I would think so.
Yeah, there's no way that Thundercat Lionel is going to take out He-Man. I mean, you got a guy that can move a moon versus a guy that controls the power of cats with a sword. I know this looks like it could be like, oh, he's got a sword and he's got a sword, but you got a super god versus a cat. I don't know. I think He-Man's going to take it. What do you guys think?
I think so.
Yeah?
All the way.
Now, I have to say, this past year, and I like comics. I'm not a huge comic fan, but this past year, actually, for the first time in a long time, I saw myself going out to pick up a brand new comic, and I hit pure nerd level because I bought 2 copies, one to read and one to put away.
Oh, man.
And I thought that this is awesome. I got the first of a comic. I'm going to save this. And then I later realized they put out about 6 different covers, so now I have to go out and get the other 5 different covers. But that was Archie Meets the Ramones. The first issue came out this past year, and it was cool. I was there in line with the bunch of kids who didn't even know who the Ramones were, there to pick up 2 copies of number 1.
Yeah, the Archies, they done some really cool stuff. They did Archies versus the Predator, and that was kind of messed up. I never thought I'd see that. Archies versus the Living Dead. I mean, they've done some really cool crossovers with the Archies.
They're trying to keep it going for the new generation.
I like it. It was kind of something new. It's like something like goofy mixed in with something serious. I mean, hey, don't take your life too serious there. So let's go down to some music, Tony.
Well, we'll have to remind everybody real quick that it is 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 47 seconds until January 1st, 2017. And we're actually going to hear from a band who saw a Grammy nomination this past year. We're going to hear 2 from Courtney Barnett. That'll kick off with Pedestrian at Best right here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast on Rhode Island Free Radio, rifreeradio.org.
I love you, I hate you, I'm on the fence, it all depends whether I'm up, I'm down, I'm on the mend, transcending on reality. I like you, despise you, admire you, what are we gonna do when everything all falls through? I must confess I've made a mess of what should be a small success, but I digress, at least I've tried my very best, I guess. We had some lows, we had some mids, we had some highs. Tell me all your golden rules and I'll see if that's the kind of person that I wanna be. If I'm not happy, I'll be glad I kept receipts. I won't ask too much of you. I used to wonder what to wear. Don't stop listening, I'm not finished yet. I'm not fishing for your compliment. Don't stop listening, I'm not finished yet. I'm not fishing for your compliment. Don't stop listening, I'm not finished yet. I'm not fishing for your compliment. Don't stop listening, I'm not finished yet. I'm not fishing for your compliment. Don't stop listening, I'm not finished. Don't stop listening, I'm not finished. Don't stop listening, I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're my left-hand man. You're a habit I can't stand. Duty calls right when we found land. You were fishing and I was swimming. I got caught inside your net. I am your best bet. When you're sailing around the world, I won't mind being the girl. With each wave you hit, no, I'm the mermaid that made it. Swimming right beside, through the ropes and the riptide. Mooring anchors away, I'll see you when you're home, babe. Currents brought us together through all the stormy weather. We see the same skies over us, the sun it flies. The waves don't crash as hard, and the breaks of them don't sparkle. And I hope you catch my tail everywhere that you may sail. When you're sailing around the world, I won't mind being the girl. With each wave you hit, no, I'm the mermaid that made it. Swimming right beside, through the ropes and the riptide. Mooring anchors away, I'll see you when you're home, babe. The waves pulled you away, away, away. And I pulled your anchor to stay. Now on the sand I lay. Please never leave the bay. The waves pulled you away. And I pulled your anchor to stay. And now on the sand I lay. Please never leave the bay.
Coming out of some great local music right here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast on Rhode Island Free Radio. Smooth Seas, Never Made for a Skilled Sailor. You just heard from Hunter. It is 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 6 seconds until January 1st, 2017. Before Hunter, we heard from Courtney Barnett, Debbie Downer, fitting in perfectly for this past year because this past year was a big Debbie Downer. Last time we chatted, I brought you into, we heard a double shot of Courtney Barnett, so last time we chatted, I brought you into Pedestrian at Best, and I just want to mention, way back at the top of the hour, we kicked things off with a little Dropkick Murphys. I mean, New Year's Eve, one of the biggest party nights of the year. What kicks off a party better than some Dropkick Murphys? Then we heard Roz Raskin and the Rice Cakes Floorboards. Then we heard from the Quins, Mind Congestion. You heard it all here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast on Rhode Island Free Radio. Facebook.com/RI Free Radio. Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show. And on the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. We always love to hear from you. Yes, we'll check social media throughout the night. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us. I am going to open one of the famous Narragansett beers here, brought to us by Slappy. Slappy, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, sir.
And I have to tell a quick story. Speaking of the fact that we've been doing this New Year's Eve broadcast for quite some time, we were on an over-the-air station. And as you know, Chuckles, it's a big FCC fine no-no to imbibe alcohol and be
Big no-no.
over the air.
Expensive.
And it's also a big no-no with the owner of the station because, well, he's the one whose ass is in a sling. However, a few years back, the broadcast was sponsored by the famous Narragansett beer. So, I mean, they sent us a bunch of free beer. What were we going to do but have a few beers? Breaking the law, breaking FCC rule. And who strolls into the station but my good friend and the owner of the station? And we kind of had to scramble to, like, throw all these cans, you know, in the trash can before the owner saw it. But the place probably reeked like booze, so I don't think we were putting anything over on
Definitely
anybody.
not.
Probably stunk like skunk beer in there.
Definitely, we're not putting anything over on that. However, I will stay on the wagon because I'm on medication that if I indulge in the alcohol, it gives me the explosive diarrhea. So for the year 2017, I will be on a straight and narrow until I'm off this medication. That's probably the only bad thing starting off the year. However, I'm going to try to go down with some good stuff this year, Tony. Some good stuff that happened to the Chuckles and Laugh Show and to myself because there is a lot of negativity that happened, and I could fill up like 3 books full of this. I mean, and trust me, a lot of negativity in the year 2016. Like, I swear this is really the year of the devil. Everybody said 2006 was. I think he fooled us. I think 2016 really was Lucifer's year, if you think about all the bad stuff that's gone down. But we'll go down a little short list of some good things that happened to me and go around the room. I mean, let's fill this tonight, the last night that we're going to be doing this, with some positivity. I know that sounds weird from an evil clown, but let the devil do his work for himself, and let's not add anything to his deeds. So top 10, of course, this was the first year we ended up invited to the Wickford Sea Creatures Parade, and we almost cleared every award that was there but one because the youngsters didn't win it. But we won best group, best costume, best single costuming. I mean, that was something huge. First time there, first time this parade goes on, and we go in and almost swipe all the awards. And, of course, ended out the night with Johnny and the Earthquakes, who was taken very well
I couldn't
to the
believe
crowd.
it. I was on the fence, and I'm thinking Johnny's going to have to drive all the way from New Hampshire and, you know, maybe not book him. And, man, people loved him.
How can you not love Johnny? I mean, I made this one mistake because you played me a very bad CD. It was a homemade CD from somebody, and it did not do Johnny any justice. So I was listening to this CD. I'm like, man, this sounds bad. And then I got the honor and privilege of emceeing one of the events that he did, and recorded through whoever did that. You should be shot because Johnny is a genius when it comes to rock and roll. Let's put it that way. Kudos to you, my friend out there. Number nine, we ended up taking the award for the Ancient and Horribles, best float for the parade there. We showed back up after 2 years. 1 year it rained out, and 1 year we had some other issues coming up. Showed back up, stole the award. hurrah for us. So we were able to carry that down. And I remember at the end of the parade, these little brats are getting ready to hit us with super soakers. And I said, I know this was going to happen, so I pulled out my silly string and I nailed them. The parents were laughing as if to say, about time someone got my bratty kids.
Now, there's a very famous picture of you in, full clown regalia with former governor and former presidential candidate Lincoln Chafee. Was that from Ancient and Horrible?
That was a couple years ago from Ancient and Horrible. This year, however, I did not see the governor. I don't think she's well liked. I think if she got squirted with water, she really would melt.
So
I think that's why Gina Raimondo didn't show up. She didn't want to take a chance of melting. We all know she's the Wicked Witch, and that's probably what would happen. And now, as far as politicals, this is going to piss a lot of people off why this is number 8 for me. Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton. I just lost about 20 friends right off there again. A bunch of them were sitting there crying as I said that. We didn't need another Clinton in office.
No.
We really didn't. We didn't need any more Bushes in office. They've had their terms screwing the country up. Let Donald Trump do a good shot of it. Something new. We'll see what happens this year. First time, let's go down to number 7. This was the first time we were involved in the Arctic St. Patrick's Day Parade, and the Insane Asylum is literally feet away from this, and we've never been invited. However, this year was the first we were, and good turnout for the most part.
Any fistfights?
Almost turned into one between Chuck and someone outside of, this is going to sound shocking, outside of the famous bar. Let's say it.
L.A. Cafe?
L.A. Cafe.
Oh, La
You
Cafe.
know it. Almost a fight came right outside of that. Number 6, reaching close to the ton donated for the food banks of Rhode Island.
Damn.
We came probably within a couple 100 pounds short of reaching the ton marker. And this is combined throughout all the years. So next year we probably will hit the ton marker for donating food. Not probably we will, because Banshee Fest is coming back next year. I mean, we are looking forward to that. 5, seeing Hollywood Vampires. That was really cool.
Nice.
Seeing Johnny Depp up there jamming with Alice Cooper and Joe Perry and the dude from, what the heck is it, Guns N' Roses, and they had another dude from Motorhead up there that was playing the keyboard. Really cool show. Number 4, all the cool haunts I investigated. I investigated a lot of really cool haunted houses this year. I mean, haunted areas, not haunted houses.
Including this very studio.
This mill, which is haunted to all hell, which I'm not done going through all the information, but the stuff I did go through is enough where Tony Jones will
Don't
not come
remind
back
me.
into this building.
I got here at like maybe 6:30 to do some show prep, and I was like, I just couldn't wait for you guys to get here at 8 o'clock because I don't want to hang out here by myself.
Let me tell you, there was one thing that went on while you were in this room, and you were here for this. We had set up what's called a K2 device, and we had set it up by this snake that only goes off if you go by it or make some sort of light thing. And it went off twice. And we had made what we think was conversation with whatever was by that when we were able to tell it, hey, if you want me to leave, light up this thing. And if you don't want me to leave, light it up. And it lit up all the way. So it was kind of cool to see that we were getting some sort of reaction here, there, and now. That was cool. Of course, Fort Adams. We got to go inside Fort Adams State Park.
Nice.
That was creepy.
That place is creepy like during the day.
It is. It definitely is. Slater Mill with my good friends, Tom D'Agostino and Arlene and Keith and Carl Johnson. What a good time that was. Still going over some of the info on that. A lot of stuff I went over. Hitting the famous Ramtail up here in Foster, Gloucester off of Route 6. Very haunted. And, of course, Hamptonville, which I just went back to as of recently. And I think I brought back a piece of one of the buildings. I found it buried in the ground, unburied it, and it's in my backpack as we speak.
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it was either a piece of the building or a piece of the pews. I don't know.
That's why we're floating.
That might be why we're floating inside here. But
No more for you.
really, really cool time as far as investigating the haunts and everything. It was probably my famous year for that. Number 3, filling a huge crate full of toys. Now, we have donated toys to Toys for Tots before, but this was the first year we had gone out into the public's eyes, and we dropped off boxes to compete with the Marines. And I think we did a rather good job filling it up, thanks to Boneheads, Reality A Gaming, Kate and Allie's shop down there, and of course the East Greenwich Meadery, which your birth or Christmas present in there is a bottle from those gentlemen.
Show's over. See you
So-
guys.
Hey, let's go.
A lot of good help from them. Next year, we're hoping to spread out even more to the local community and start to fill up more boxes of toys.
Now, you know that our good friend and longtime cable access host Bob Venturini has retired from Toys for Tots, so there has to be someone to fill that slot, and I nominate the Chuckles and Laugh Show.
I hope so. I hope they come to me, and I hope to be. I would be honored to sponsor such an
It
event.
would be cool to do a live, kind of pick up where Bob left off, do either live telethon or a live radiothon somewhere. That would.
Well, we could make it live due to Facebook now, so that wouldn't be a problem.
We could do YouTube live.
Yep.
We could stream the audio. We could really,
We
Get
def-
into it, yeah.
even if cable access gives us the shaft as they've given Bob the shaft in the past.
so many times.
Even though our tax dollars pay for that to happen, we could pull it off on our own.
The biggest thing that happened to that poor gentleman, and I remember him being on the radio show with us, is they told him the whole time they had a cameraman recording it, and they said that the thing was plugged in. It wasn't.
That's low.
The whole time it was sitting there recording it, they got a green screen. Nothing else. Everything was blank green. Once in a while, you could see his image, and the camera guy knew that the feed was broken, but he didn't say anything because he didn't think anybody would care. Here's this guy donating his time and his effort for a good cause.
And doing it in the name as a tribute to his father who passed away many years ago.
Right, and then this guy comes and does this. Cox Communications can die and burn in hell. They are rotten individuals.
They're
They really
cocks.
are.
That's what they are.
If I could find some other venture, we definitely would be taking the Chuckles and Laugh Show somewhere else. But in the state of Rhode Island,
Yeah.
this is the best way we can go right now. Number 2, meeting Alice Cooper. That was a lifelong dream
Yeah.
for me to meet him in gear. I hope to see him again because this time I was heavily medicated, and I hope to meet him when I'm a little more, myself, so I can talk to him some more and maybe, hopefully, be the guy that's booking his shows.
And at that same event, Rhode Island Comic-Con, I had the privilege of meeting one of my childhood heroes, the greatest of all time, Mr. Ric Flair.
Oh, yeah. Woo! What a nice gentleman he is. I saw you swearing at me for saying that. And the number one thing that happened to me all year, and yes, I had to put this up there, and everybody's going to go, aw, but was the birth of my daughter, Lydia. So nothing's going to beat that out there. That goes out to you, baby girl. Joe, you have a shout-out to a relative you'd like to do.
Yeah, I want to do a Happy New Year shout-out down to Palatka, Florida. My brother Dwayne, his wife Lisa, my little niece Autumn, and my nephew Bradley. Happy New Year, guys. Love you.
And we're going to go to a song that I never thought we'd hear again over the Rhode Island Free Radio airwaves. Here is Pen, Pineapple, Apple, Pen. You heard it here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast. Let's go to some music. Oh, no. Pen Pineapple is broken. Live radio, folks.
apple pen. Pear, pineapple, apple pen. Dance time. I have a pen. I have a pen. Long pen. I have an apple. I have pineapple. Apple, pineapple. Long pen. Apple, pineapple. Pear, pineapple, apple pen. Pear, pineapple, apple pen.
I love that song.
Yes, I never thought we'd hear it here again on Rhode Island Free Radio, but Slappy the Clown sent it out by request all the way to Florida. Pen, pineapple, apple pen. You heard it here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast on Rhode Island Free Radio. Before that, before our little miscue where I couldn't get pen, pineapple, apple pen to play, we had a double shot of the unfortunately now defunct local band Colorblind. They're still one of my favorites. We heard Abducted, and we heard Flood of Swine from Colorblind. 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 34 seconds until January 1st, 2017. We have to send a big shout-out to our friends Heather and Peter in Pawtucket and their whole crew, of course, from one of my favorite bands, the Dirge Cowlers, also November Party. They are tuning in for their New Year's Eve broadcast. We are their soundtrack, and we appreciate you guys tuning in all the way in Pawtucket, Rhode Island tonight. I hope you guys are having fun and staying safe. Don't get in the car tonight. No. Stay, and if you get so drunk you need to throw up, just stay at Peter and Heather's house and throw up tonight.
Yeah. Throw up all over the carpet and
on the furniture.
Now, that song reminded me of the fact that Pokemon Go was huge this past year. Did you guys get into that at all? It was nuts near me. I live in a little village area, as you guys know from when you came down for the Quahog Festival, and people were going crazy with Pokemon Go
I'm
out
guilty.
in Wickford.
I did.
Oh, I definitely did.
That's because you still got the flip tone, Slappy. You don't even have a touch tone yet. The only touch tone you do is, well, we can't.
All right.
Can't.
Now, getting back, before I hand the floor back to you, getting back to your list, I was surprised at the fact that the Chuckles and Laugh show was included in the Gatsby Day Parade this past year. It didn't make your list. That's a big deal.
I should have made that list, but there was just too much. So I guess I'll call it the honorable mention of getting the Gatsby Day Parade, which we got invited back to this year, and we will be doing the Gatsby Craft Festival.
Nice.
So that should be a little interesting.
That's not an easy feat to be. I mean, that parade has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. You know, just like Ancient and Horribles, but quite the barrier of entry to get into Gatsby.
We just had so much good stuff going on that I forgot about that one. I'll be honest. Thank you for the reminder.
I was impressed, and I don't impress easily.
So, did you guys have anything good that happened to you other than,
Well, becoming a member of your show.
Oh, that was. Oh, you're still not getting the Actor of the Year award. How about you, Lenny the Loon?
Let's see. I found out that I'm going to be an uncle again for when my sister's having a baby daughter.
Mr. Jones, you had to.
A lot of good stuff going on the media side for me. Tony Jones and the Cretin 3 got back playing with myself on vocals and drums, and we added Dave Sage. And also, I got a pretty decent-sized contract to work with one of my favorite brands growing up, Rocky Point, representing Rocky Point Clam Shack for their PR and their website and their social media. So, as a little guy rolling through the park every year, I never thought that eventually I would be associated with the brand that is Rocky Point, and it's I've taken it seriously as far as guarding that brand and making sure the right things are done with the name Rocky Point, which David and my partners there own the likenesses, and they own quote unquote Rocky Point.
Awesome. Yeah, that place is pretty cool. I like going down. This was the first time actually visiting the Rocky Point Clam Shack. It did bring back some memories, except for I kept getting chased out of the rides. Told I was too fat and I didn't fit in the kiddo rides. That's what I was told when I was a kiddo, too.
could see
You're
that.
too fat and you don't fit in these rides.
Yeah, it's not a good sign when you hop on the ride and you can just smell the burning grease.
Oh, man. I thought it was at home, back at the dark ride again. Yeah, I'm going to get out and jump out.
I worked at Rocky Point for many years.
We were able to get the guy who made the actual chowder at the Rocky Point Chowder House back in the day. He was the head cook for 20 years. He came on with the Clam Shack to try to perfect those original recipes, which I think a lot of people appreciated.
Yeah. Just do me a favor. Can you, as a fat guy to the other fat guys, tell them to make the clam cakes a little bigger. They were kind of like popcorn chicken clam cakes.
We had it. It was going perfectly. They actually got one of the old, and of course cleaned it and sanitized it, got one of the old clam cake makers, which is kind of a funnel, and then it has a little reservoir on the bottom, and it makes the clam cakes. It was going perfectly, but it wasn't going fast enough. So we decided to kind of resize that clam cake maker, and we should have never touched it. We should have just left it alone.
Yeah, well, you guys can get another one, right? Why not?
It was hard to find. It was something that they bought off eBay with. There's a large amount of Rocky Point collectibles you can get off of eBay. People have hoarded these things for 20-something years, and they're reselling them now.
Yeah, that is definitely one of those things, definitely. And that should be in my top 10, too, being in the Rocky Point horror movie. I mean, that was an awesome experience myself.
The opening night, I mean, I expected it to be a decent turnout, but I didn't expect them to sell out that theater. We went the opening night and filled up to the rafters. They had to add extra showings there. They had to go over the showcase. I knew that there was a cult following for Rocky Point. I didn't think it was huge like that. That was cool.
Jason Mayhew, great job on that movie, by the way.
And you were all over that movie.
Hey, I loved Rocky Point.
Along with my partner David from the Clam Shack.
Yep.
He was all over it too.
I actually visited that place quite often during the summertime, so it was one of my favorite spots. And
yeah, we can see that.
Yeah. What are you saying?
Nothing.
Because I'm fat, I visited that place and hung on?
Yeah.
Have you looked in the mirror lately, Slappy?
Oh, I'm skinny.
I mean,
if you're skinny, my name is Zsa Zsa Gabor.
In the 80s and early 90s, I mean, Rocky Point was the place. There was no Providence Place Mall.
Nope.
Providence was a little bit dangerous at the time, and a lot of folks didn't really want to drive up to Riverside. I mean, Rocky Point was it.
Yeah. Providence still is a little dangerous, especially if you're a clown. Let me tell you something, too. That was one of the things in 2016 that was really cool.
The clown thing.
No, that was not
That's
really
right.
cool.
I forgot about that.
That was a bad thing. But the cool thing was going up to Boston a couple of days before Christmas in my clown gear, dressed up as Chuckles Claus, going around, and Boston loved us. They took pictures of us. We were invited in to get hugs with some of the kids, made balloon animals. Even the gangsters stopped and tried freebasing us with their marijuana. They didn't want to shoot us, but they wanted to get us high. Well, I remember one of them said, "Oh, am I seeing clowns, man?" And I was like, "No, man, you're high. I'm not a clown. I'm just a normal person." And he fell for it. But on the same foot, if I had done that in Providence, I would have been arrested within 5 minutes of stepping foot in any of the parks over there.
Which is funny because Providence kind of has branded itself as the art destination of the East Coast. But yeah, if you went out and tried to do street art, you'd get poo-pooed.
Yeah, I mean, for instance, a couple years ago, Gansett had a celebration. I showed up in my clown
that's right.
gear.
I remember that.
I got told that that it was not in good faith for me to show up in clown gear because there's kids around.
Yeah, it is in good faith for folks to go out and have 12 beers with their kids with them.
Right, and it was a beer fest. So where else would a clown have gone but a beer fest? Maybe you should do your parenting and not take your child to a beer fest. I mean, it's kind of teaching your kid it's okay to drink. So down the road, they're going to say, "Oh, all right." And I was invited to this thing. I wasn't chasing anybody, scaring them. I was taking pictures with people like normal. I was just doing my thing, and then I get a nasty gram saying that you don't belong over here. You know how many times I get that in Rhode Island? But I go up to Boston within 5 seconds, and people are loving us.
And the thing that sucks about that is that the hundreds of people there liked you, but there's one person that doesn't, and they're the one that makes the stink.
Oh, they made a stink to the point where I will not go back to that event because I don't want to deal with the crap.
Yep.
I really don't. I mean, I'm a local celebrity. I don't need to deal with the negativity. If you don't like me, that's fine. I won't go back to the event. I'll go to some other events that enjoy my company, like the Wickford Sea Creature Parade, which I hope that kicks up again this year. I got my fingers crossed that the young lady decides to do it because that was a really cool event.
And it was great for the community down there who gets a little bit of a bad rap of being stuffy because of the Wickford Art Festival and the fact that it's a little bit more affluent, but there really is a great population of kind of artistic, cool musician-type people who just takes an event like that and blows the top off of it.
I really, like I said, that was a cool event, and I hope it comes back. We will return to Gaspé, and they liked us up at Gaspé. And you would have figured those guys are hoity-toity.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been chasing us out with sticks and muskets.
Exactly.
No, they liked seeing something different.
Now, how great would it have been if they did chase you out with sticks and muskets for the fact that this is a festival celebrating the fact that we torched a ship?
That would have been pretty cool if someone got it on camera. A bunch of clowns getting chased by colonialists shooting at us. You don't have to be the fastest. I just use one of you guys as a
couldn't
shield.
run. No. What?
I just stand behind you. Shoot!
I got
Shoot.
Lenny DeLune for a shield.
Oh, that's true. He could take a couple bullets for us. Only a couple, and then he's going down. But let's go down for some more lists. What do you think? Or do you want to do some music? And then we'll come back to a list.
If you could believe it, we've been at this for over an hour already.
Oh, my God.
It feels like we just sat down. There is 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 46 seconds until January 1st, 2017.
So why don't we go down and rocking some more tunes, and we'll come back to 2016's video game top 10 list.
And I think you're going to like what I have on tap for you because your likeness actually hangs in this band's practice space in Western Massachusetts.
I know where you're going.
We're going to have a double shot of one of our favorite bands around here, the Evil Streaks. And that'll kick off with Pumpkin Carving Party. You heard it here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast on Rhode Island Free Radio.
Come on and grab a knife and follow me.
Oh, yeah?
We're gonna celebrate Halloween. Got the pumpkin carving party tonight with the demons. Well, a call from hell. Looks like the way. And all the damn souls have come out to play. There's a pumpkin carving party tonight to take evil away. Other faces, common skin. Every more help won't let me in. Jack-o'-lanterns are glowing bright. There's a pumpkin carving party tonight. Now we'll gather around for the feast of the dead. It's time to reflect back and look ahead. There's a pumpkin carving party tonight when the dead are not dead. Other faces, common skin. Every more help won't let me in. Jack-o'-lanterns are glowing bright. There's a pumpkin carving party tonight. Wow!
I woke up this morning, I stood looking out the window. Oh, 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 oh. For a couple hours, I cried and then I tiptoed. Oh, 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 oh. Past all of your lies and promises and black and blue and blood and sighs. It's been 10 years and I'm awake. I've come alive. I was only 17 when I met you back in high school. Oh, what a fool I was then. I thought I knew it all. I fell in love without and lived without it, but now I walk across the living room and out the door and down the street. Thought I saw you, 'cause your place tricks on me, but this time I won't be fooled. Some say they would fight for love. Some say they would die for love. Don't think I can. I 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 woke up this morning, I stood looking out the window. Oh, 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 oh. For a couple hours, I cried and then I tiptoed. Oh, 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 oh. Past all of your lies and promises in black and blue and blood and sighs. It's been 10 years and I'm awake. I've come alive. Some say they would fight for love. Some say they would die for love. Don't think I can. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I don't think I Past all of your lies and promises in black and blue and blood and sighs. It's been 10 years and I'm awake. I've come alive. Some say they would fight for love. Some say they would die for love. Don't think I can. I don't think I can. I don't think I can.
Come Alive, the name of that one, some Analog Heart, right here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast on Rhode Island Free Radio. Before that, we had a double shot of, well, they are one of our favorite bands around here. We heard from the Evil Streaks. Last time we chatted, I brought you into Pumpkin Carving Party.
Sorry,
Then-
got some drool on the mic. Wipe that off.
Hey, she's married now.
So am I.
Hey, knock it off.
You can't. No, there's nothing wrong with looking.
That's true.
It's just when you touch, you get in trouble.
You're married. You're not dead, right?
Right.
And then after pumpkin carving party, we heard The Curse, a double shot of some Evil Streaks. If you can believe it, guys, because it feels like we just sat down, 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 34 seconds until January 1st, 2017. Be sure to go to rifreeradio.org, facebook.com/Tony Jones Show, facebook.com/rifreeradio, and on Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. Of course, be sure to go to chucklesandlaughs.com for all your Chuckles and Laughs show need. Any appearances on tap, or are you going to take it easy for the winter?
This winter, we're down. We're
Winter
actually
sucks.
rebuilding the insane asylum. They're doing some work on the floors, so
Nice.
we are isolated to our rooms. We're not allowed to be leaving except for events like this.
And about this time, 2 months from now, will you be attending the Terracon in Providence, Rhode Island?
Nope.
Wow.
We're not doing
Wow.
Terracon either. We haven't been sported the free table, so we're not going to do it just because it's kind of hard to come off of from Christmas to Terracon and to be recovering from that.
In the middle of winter.
Plus, this year, the Chuckles and Laughs show is branching out, and we will be out in New Mexico in June, so we got to save our ducats up for the road trip getting out there. We're going to be performing at some of the local bars over there and seeing some of the scenery, so that should be good.
Nice.
But I don't want to take up too much of your show, but we got a couple more lists. What do you say? We
Yeah.
go down to these. And I'm going to have our good friend here, Lenny the Loon, because I only played a couple of these games this year, so I don't know what the top 10 were. And I know you have an Xbox controller pretty much glued into your hand.
One hand.
Yeah. So, not this show. That's for another show. So what are some of the top 10 video games of 2016, Lenny the Loon?
All right.
Pac-Man.
Starting with number 10, Gears of War 4.
Yep.
Number 9, Battlefield 1.
That was the
number 8.
World War I one. Yep.
Yeah. Number 8, which I haven't even heard of, Firewatch.
Nope, never heard of it either.
Number 7, Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, how many more numbers are they going to go up to with that?
15.
Number 6, Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Moon.
Okay, that had to be one of them.
Number 5, Dark Souls 3.
All right, that's a good series.
Number 4, Doom.
Love that series. That's the only game out of that whole thing that I bought this year. I think that's the only one I can relate with. It kicked ass.
Number 3, Titanfall 2.
Nope, didn't play it.
I didn't like it. Number 2, Uncharted 4.
Nope, didn't play that either.
And one of my favorites, number 1, Overwatch.
That got a lot of good reviews. How come the Pokemon Go didn't land on that as top 10 games? I mean, that should have been the top number 1.
Yeah.
Everybody was playing
This is
that.
console, pretty much, but
It should have been top 10 games, but I don't know why they said just consoles. Because if they did that, I'm guilty of playing the Pokemon Go.
oh, I did too.
I mean, if I go into the hospital or to some place that's boring, I pull out my phone and use up my data, and I try to catch the Squirtles and the Birdles, and I'm swearing at my thing like, damn it, that Charmander got away. And the only one that recognizes what I'm saying is a 7-year-old on the side of me that comes and sits down next to me. Hey, mister, what Pokemons did you get? Meanwhile, the parents are like, get away from that evil clown. Yeah, now we're trying to lure them in with Pokemons.
Now,
Yeah.
I know that there was some close calls, but did anybody actually die playing Pokemon Go this past year?
I'm sure there was. I didn't research that. Enough negativity with that stuff, but I'm sure there was. I mean, locally over here in Newport, they had Pokemon that were off in lighthouses that people were walking off
jeez.
docks to try to get to. I mean,
Pokemon on the Newport Cliff Walk.
Yeah.
Oakland Beach.
I mean,
God.
that's dangerous enough,
No.
putting them down there in Oakland Beach. If you're not paying attention to what you're doing, oof.
In China, people were getting trampled by, stampede trampled just to chase Pokemon in China.
It's so stupid. It's just a game. Like, I'm so lazy. If the thing's not close enough to where I'm setting, I don't care. I'm like, I'm not moving. I'm not getting up and walking to that. I mean, I tried. True story. I did try walking in a park with this and playing this game down here in Roger Williams Park Zoo. And there's a lot of cool spots. I mean, I was walking around seeing the sceneries and everything, and then I go down by the Japanese garden that's down there. I walk a little ways to the right, and there's a bum underneath the tree.
I caught a bum.
And I'm looking down at it, and the bum looks at me and goes, "You ain't playing that stupid game, are you?" I'm like, "As a matter of fact, I am, sir." And he threatened to shank me if I didn't get away from him. So I left, and of course I called into the Providence police that there's a dude threatening to shank people playing Pokemon Go. I don't think anything ever came to it. They probably just left him there.
The cop showed up looking for a Squirtle.
Yeah. And he got shanked while he was looking. "I told you not to come back here." Oh, man. So before I hand things over to Mr. Jones for his half, because it's getting close to that. It's getting close to your
we're
part of it.
rolling in almost halfway through the show.
So we have 2 more top 10 lists I'd like to get to before we hand over the mic to Tony Jones. And we're still going to be here throughout the countdown. And, of course, I like food, so I want to hear this stuff.
Yeah, Lenny does too.
So we're going to do a little negativity before we go down to the music. And then when we come back, I'll wrap my session up with the top 10 movies of 2016. But a little rain must fall in everybody's life. And top 10 celebrity deaths that hit me personally. And I'm not going to... I don't understand this one. Everybody puts up Theodore Castro as top 10 celebrity deaths.
That's weird.
How is he a celebrity? He was a dictator that killed thousands of people.
I don't get it.
That's not a celebrity. That's a murderer. I guess you can put him up on the celebrity things, but I wouldn't. And some of the other celebrities up there really didn't faze me. I mean, as much because I didn't really know who they were. Because honestly, I'm really bad at that, finding out which ones, unless I really watch the show or have seen lots of the movies that this actor or actresses is in. I really don't. I'm guilty for that, not knowing who you are. So this is my list, and I know there was more to come, and you guys are going to yell at me and say, "How dare you not add in such and such?" Sorry, I don't know who such and such is. It wasn't really a big freaking hit to me. And none of these were hits where I went home and went emo on myself. All right? These were just one of those things where it's like shockers, like, "Oh, my God, I can't believe that person passed away."
Now, are you surprised how, because I think I am a little bit, how seriously people take when a celebrity passes away, somebody that they've never met, they've never known.
Like they
and
love
they
them.
take it personally.
Right.
Like if you passed away, that celebrity wouldn't give 2 shits
Right.
about you.
They'd be like, "Who's this dude?"
Right. So unless this celebrity's personally your best friend, which, hey, it could happen. I got a couple of celebrities that are friends of mine. Bill Moseley. I think I'd be emotionally shocked by him passing. I was shocked by Gunnar Hansen passing. That
Yeah.
was a big one for me. Personal. But that's because those guys are friends. And I see them a lot at the conventions and stuff like that. But as far as some of these other actors and actresses, it's a shame that they passed because their talents will no longer be used. But I get over it after a couple days. Now, top 10 that affected me. All right, and you're gonna say, like I said, why didn't you put this person on? And I really don't care. Number 10, Prince. I mean, that was a whack. I mean, that's one that I didn't see coming out of left field.
Yeah.
That came out of nowhere. Number 9, Muhammad Ali. I used to love Muhammad Ali as a boxer, and one of my favorite comic books is Muhammad Ali versus Superman.
And
Really
as a
good
WrestleMania
book.
guest.
Yep, very good man. Number 8, Zsa Zsa Gabor. Like, she's a silver string queen actress, and there's a lot of those movies that I was like looking forward to seeing her Zsa Zsa's. So I guess I'm a pervert for that one, but she was a silver screen actress that I grew up watching in some of the black and white movies. And greedily, I say her family kept her on life support for 4 years. I don't know if that was her choice or
that's
not,
sad.
or their choice. But it gets to the point there where the person was pretty much 4 years ago, she was gone. But she passed away. Number 7, Florence Henderson, the Brady's mother.
Oh my God.
The Brady Bunch. I watched that a lot, and I did have a thing for her. She was gorgeous. Obviously, they did too. Look at all those kids he had. Number 6, Alan Rickman. What a comedian, and what a shocker that man went. Really was one of those things where you didn't see that coming. Number 5, I did see coming because George Michaels has always been into some bad stuff,
Yep.
and you're shocked that he
Yeah.
made it this far.
Yep.
I mean, he was a druggie and a partier, but man, was he a really good musician. That was a shocker to see him go. Number 4, Gene Wilder.
Oh my God.
That was a whack. That was like, and I think a couple days before I was talking to someone about Young Frankenstein, and then a couple days later, the gentleman passes away. Number 3, David Bowie. That was a huge hit to us. Never met the guy personally, but a huge hit to rock and roll, and a huge hit to rock and roll people out there that sport the long hair, because David Bowie started the movement there out there for you guys. So that
I think it was a huge hit to anybody that grew up kind of being goth or anything along those lines. David Bowie is really somebody who was somebody to look up to. Now, he died back in January 2016, so I think people are already starting to forget. It must suck to die in the beginning of the year. Everybody's talking about Carrie Fisher and people who die in December. People are already forgetting the people who died way back last January.
Yeah, and it's true, but David Bowie was a huge hit. For those out there that are rocker fans like myself and shock rock, and of course the Labyrinth. I mean, that movie kicked ass. There's no way around that. You start watching that movie and you start singing along with some of the songs that they start performing there. Number 2, I put these two together, all right, because it was kind of like one hit the other. Carrie Fisher passes, and then boom, a couple days later, her mother,
right,
Demi Reynolds, passes by planning the poor thing's funeral.
Now, what do you think about the idea that some people say, and even people close to the family, that they were so close that Debbie Fisher almost willed herself dead? Her last words were, "I want to be with Carrie." I mean, there's people who think that she willed herself dead after her daughter passed away.
There's such a thing called heartbreak. It does exist.
Yep.
And I think for a fact that she went.
A great example of that is June Carter Cash, who passed away, and then Johnny Cash passed away a few days later. They were such a close couple.
And I do believe in that. I believe kindred souls, and it was a shock because it's not the first loss to the Star Wars world, because we had the gentleman in the R2-D2 costume that passed away this year. But it was the first major crash to the Star Wars fan club and the sci-fi and the movie fan club.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had seen pictures of her earlier, she had put on quite a few pounds, and she did such a great job losing that weight for Star Wars and actually coming back around. And, he thought she was healthy, and everybody's on the top of their mind is, what are they going to do with the franchise now?
And she was in one of my favorite movies of all times, The Blues Brothers.
That was awesome. Blues Brothers was good. The original, right? No remakes, which the remake was good, but not as good as the original. And my number 1, and I'm going to say this because this guy is a hero, and he should have been put up there a lot more than what he did. But, of course, like every other real hero, he is shadowed by the fake heroes. And that would be John Glenn. I mean,
my God! Yes.
One of the original spacewalkers, and I guess he got all this stuff started with and I get so pissed off when I hear people say that the moon landing was fake, and I believe this gentleman knocked out
Punched
someone.
A conspiracy theorist in the face
because it came up to him and said the moon landing was faked, and he knocked him the hell out. I mean, that was great. That tells you right there. Ladies and gentlemen, all those people out there that are saying the moon landing was faked, let me close this conspiracy for you. All right? It takes a lot of people to launch a space shuttle. Never mind a space shuttle that's going to land on a moon. To silence all those people would be impossible. I mean, there's not enough money to silence those 400,000 plus people that put this space program together to say that finally someone comes forward and say, yes, the space landing was fake.
Because at some point, one of those people are going to go broke, and they're going to go to TMZ or Entertainment Tonight or NBC and sell their story for $1 million.
So take your conspiracy theory and shove it up your ass. We landed on the moon. Like it, guys. It's one of those things to be proud of. We're starting to try to land on Mars. Be proud of some of our accomplishments.
Now, what I can get into is some of the conspiracy theories related to the fact that why we never went back. There's got to be something there.
Oh, I could get into a whole nother show for that, and maybe we will do that because coming up Monday, we return to the airwaves. So
that's right. Were there ever any astronaut-related comic books?
Oh, there's quite a few astronaut-related comic books. I could come up with some, and then we can go into some of the conspiracy theories of the moon. Thank you, Tony Jones, for leading us into a great way.
We're doing show prep on the air while doing a show.
Excellent
talk
job.
About double dipping.
See, Mr. Glenn, you gave us the idea. And if he was alive, I would be honored to interview him right next to us So all those out there, those are the top 10 worst for Chuckles, the Clown. Those are the ones I really knew of when they passed away. There's more out there, and sorry for the rest of them passing on. 2016 sucked. That's all I can say about that. But we're going to go down to some cheery stuff and have some music. And when I come back, I'm going to finish up with the top 10 movies of 2016. Then I'll hand it off to Tony Jones.
If you can believe it, we are 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 34 seconds until January 1st, 2017. A bunch of folks checking in with me on Facebook and Twitter. I want to thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us, not only nationwide, but around the globe, as we bring you Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast on RI Free Radio. The double shots continue now with some more great local music. One of our favorite bands here on Rhode Island Free Radio. I think almost every show on the program plays these guys from time to time. Local boys. One of them lives right up the street. We're going to hear from Blindside Thunder, and that's going to start with Blue Agave right here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast.
Boogie woogie
In my humble opinion, one of the best cover songs to come out of Providence. We just heard some Down City Armory, Chow Phi. Before that, a double shot of Blindside Thunder, Tequila. And the last time we chatted, I brought you into Blue Agave. You were tuned in to Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast right here on Rhode Island Free Radio. Of course, go to rifreeradio.org, facebook.com/Tony Jones Show, on the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones in RI, and of course, facebook.com/RI Free Radio. Don't forget to look for my co-host, chucklesandlaughs.com. Yes, this man has a .com website. He's not like the other jobbers out there.
Yeah,
a good-looking .com website at that.
We definitely got to do some more work on it, though. It needs some help. You listening out there, my producer? Let's put some help up there, some bios. We got a lot of characters that are new. Let's finish things up on our behalf. And of course, we're going to stick around and listen to some food and some great stuff from Tony Jones. But we're going to wrap things up with myself, Chuckles' pick of 2016 movies. And this, in no way, shape, or form, goes with anything the critics say. I never follow the critics. Usually the critics say the movie's horrible. I love it. If they say it's good, I hate it. So this is my list. Like it or love it, or like it or leave it. This is the top 10 movies that I liked this year. And I forgot some of these movies came out this year because this year bled together. And number 10 is Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows. I really enjoyed that flick. Number 9, Independence Day 2, Resurrection. A lot of people are sitting out there going, no, that movie sucked. I enjoyed it. Number 8 is a shocker, and Tony's going to fall out of his chair because I am not a fan of this franchise at all up until this movie. And I didn't watch it until I bought it on Amazon Prime to watch with the wife as a present. Star Trek Horizon.
Yeah.
Man, that movie was good.
I actually had some friends that did some extra work in it, and their opinion during the filming was that maybe it wasn't going to be that hot, the final product, but that was a cool flick.
It definitely was. Out of the Star Trek flicks, it was my favorite. A lot of really cool special effects, real life with the makeup and all that stuff, and a really twisted and cool story. Speaking about cool and twisted, number 7 wraps in. I couldn't have made this one up any better. George, you'd be happy with me. Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass. Wow. If you didn't need to go to this movie high, but if you did, you would enjoy it all the more. It was a trippy movie. Tim Burton doesn't usually do sequels, but when he does sequels, he does them very well. And Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass, no exception. It was a great flick. Number 6, X-Men Apocalypse. Really cool story. Just didn't like the way they killed off the bad guy. Number 5, this is a shocker as well because I don't like the comic book character and I'm not a bandwagon fan of his, but the Deadpool movie was funny.
Yes.
That was really funny movie, and I gave it a shot. I said, I'll watch this thing for free, but I ain't going to pay for it. But I ended up saying I got to buy this because he knocked it out of the park. That was a hilarious movie.
Very rarely do I go to movies on opening night or I went actually the night before for the midnight premiere. And that was one of the movies I went to, and I loved the whole thing.
Yeah, from beginning to end, it was nonstop action.
Even with the jobber characters doing the support, it was still cool.
Yeah, the villains did the movie no help. Those villains sucked. I mean, no one really cared about it, but Deadpool was, the comedy was really good.
God.
Number 4, and I'm going to recommend getting the extended version of this. I know a lot of people said this was a long enough movie, but when you get the extended director's cut, it's a little more brutal, and that's Batman versus Superman. Not that the original one wasn't brutal enough, but the extended cut with a little extra scenes inside it, oh my God. I mean, that movie was badass enough for myself. I know a lot of people gave it a lot of hate. Well, screw you. I liked it. But the director's cut, even better. Number 3 was, I know everybody's going to say it's their number 1 of the year, but I thought it was good, but there was so many better movies out than this one. And it was good for a Star Wars movie, but it wasn't the best out of the series. And that was Star Wars Rogue One, really cool flick. The thing that I'll kind of like direct this towards, it's similar to Titanic. There's no such thing as a happy ending in this movie. So if you're going to go into this movie thinking it's going to be a happy ending, you're going to get sorely disappointed, and you might as well go to the massage parlor next door, because that happy ending will also only cost you $15. Number 2, Captain America: Civil War. Really cool movie. Brought some of the little jobber characters like Ant-Man into life, and it felt like an Avengers movie, but it was supposed to be about Captain America.
And if you haven't seen it, it's already available on Netflix.
Yeah, and it's really a good movie.
Fill the bubble.
Honorable mention. I'm going to put these 2 in there because they should have been in the top 10, but they weren't. I'm going to be putting up Warcraft. Really cool movie. I don't play the games, guys, so I don't know how to play it and whatnot, but the movie was killer. And Ice Age Collision Course. I haven't found one of these Ice Ages that I haven't liked.
I love them all.
They're all funny.
Oh, my God.
And I had to put that in there as an honorable mention because it hit the record again. It was definitely funny. And number 1 on Chuckles Crypt, my pick of the night, Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Villains being heroes. That's all I got to say. The Joker inside of that, I love them. A lot of people are out there saying, oh, no, how do you like this one? He's no Heath Ledger. No shit. He was a different Joker. He did what he was supposed to. And as far as getting as close to the comics, this really touched bases with me for that. And it was very comic book-like. And I enjoyed the movie, and I have the director's cut at home, which I'm looking forward to watching. And I would have put 31 up, Rob Zombie's 31, but I just got it, and I'm really not sure how it is yet, so I'll probably be watching this sometime tomorrow with Assassin's Creed, which I'll let you guys know what I think about that when we're talking about the conspiracy theories about why we have not landed back on the moon.
Now, very importantly, 2016 brought us another Sharknado movie.
And it did.
Oh, yes.
And that one was funny, too. And it debuted around this Shark Week time, right?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. At first, I watched the Sharknado movies, and I'm like, man, this sucks. And it does suck if you watch it alone. Those are those type of movies where you got to watch them together.
And you got to rip on it.
Yeah, you got to rip on it, have a couple drinks, and know that these things were made to be bad.
Now, I think we talked about this before, but do you think that the original one was made to be bad, or do you think that was a movie they put out thinking it would just be another sci-fi movie, and all of a sudden it blew up?
There's no way they could have put that in to make it serious. I mean, there's no flipping way.
No.
I think they knew, just like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, that like, hey, we are blatantly making a cheesy movie. Do not take this serious. Have fun with it.
And Tara Reid's out on the convention circuit, right? She was at Rock and Shock and at the con.
And she's still pretty good on the eyes, I'm telling you. The rest of the cast, they had a lot of foundation and makeup on, but Tara Reid, she's still pretty nice looking.
Now, were there any local independent movies that came out locally that you dug?
Well, besides the Rocky Point Horror
Right.
House, that was one of my favorites that I dug. But other than that, not really. I mean, did you catch any of that?
Well, of course, Rocky Point. I mean, I think they blew the top off of that movie just the whole way through. I was surprised to see, and I did some extra work when they filmed up at Twin River. And this is no disrespect to the folks who make the movie, who are good friends of ours, Chad Furdy and Tommy DiNucci. The fact that Bleed for this didn't do so well.
I never even heard of that until now.
It was the Vinny Paz biopic.
Oh,
and
okay.
My question was if a story about Vinny Paz was going to play well outside of New England. People here know who he is, but this is a movie they're putting out nationwide. It was a $6 million budget. They got about $1 million in tax credits from Rhode Island. If you don't know, if you make a film here, you get a 25% tax credit, and it's only done about $4 million in the box office. It's already been pulled out of a lot of theaters. Not necessarily a flop, but it didn't do well.
Yeah, well, obviously, I didn't even know it came out. I mean, I know they were making it, but I didn't even... sorry, Vinny, don't come and knock my block off. I didn't know this movie was out.
Now, with Bleed for this, there were also 5 other boxing movies this year. One of them starring Robert De Niro, and that did worse, even worse than Bleed for this. So it seems like this boxing genre, not so much.
Yeah, didn't Creed come out this year as well?
Yeah.
I mean, that did okay in the movie theater. I mean, but I didn't, out of all the Rocky movies, I couldn't put that on the top 10 because it kind of sucked. I mean, when someone's out there shaking their fist at me, like, how dare you? You're just being, because it's not the Rocky in it. Well, It's kind of the point. Is Rocky's not fighting? Like, I understand he's taking Apollo Creed's son under his wings and he's training him how to fight. And the actor did a really, really good job. It's just the movie sucked.
Now I also did some extra work in a film called Polka King, starring Jack Black. They actually filmed inside the prison, and so it'll be interesting to see how that does in 2017. You know, I'm afraid Rhode Island was really trying to position itself as Hollywood East for a while, but I'm afraid if Rhode Island keeps putting out flops, that's not too good for business.
Well, we put out the really good one there with Robert Englund and everything. What was it called again?
Oh, at the old Cranston Police.
Right.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. I have a version of that. It's just
that was great. You have Dumb and Dumber. You have Meet Joe Black, Amistad. I mean, you know, Rhode Island does have a
Underdog.
great track. Underdog, yeah. Yep.
So
21 Dresses, which a lot of people we know are in.
We had a lot of good movies come here, so maybe we'll get better coming down
and
the road.
And I'm sure that 25% tax credit it really helps keeps things moving.
That and the state is so small, so you can set up like in the middle of the state, and literally, if you're a Hollywood star, you could come down here and see pretty much all of New England from Rhode Island, which is a treat to some of these folks coming out here to get out of the heat and everything. Just to see that. And it was Incubus was the name of the movie.
That was great. We saw the premiere of that up at Rock and Shock that year, and that was cool.
I enjoyed that. Got to sit down with Robert Englund and a couple other celebrities from the movie, and I blew off one of the bands that I like a lot, and just to go see this, I mean, who wouldn't? Really good movie to see it live, and I own a copy of it, and pretty much every actor that was in that movie signed my poster for that. So I like that movie a lot. Now we're going to hand things over to Tony Jones because you got stuff to talk about, food, and I'm sure politics. And
we had some music to talk about. We have some food, both nationally and locally. Of course, one of the stories being that just yesterday, the legendary Carnegie Deli in New York City, closed down after years and years. I mean, talk about a place where you can get a sandwich the size of your head. I only had a chance to go there a couple times while in New York, but I mean, that's an institute. I mean, even, you know, Adam Sandler's Hanukkah song, Guess Who Eats Together at the Carnegie Deli? I mean, just a legendary eating establishment. But
what caused that to close down?
Just poor business, yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I guess people don't go out and buy, you know, huge sandwiches anymore. Everybody's a lot more health conscious.
They go to the Subway where it's only $6. They're eating chemically enhanced meat.
Yeah, parts is parts.
Yeah.
Let's see. We are 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 36 seconds until January 1st, 2017. Of course, you are tuned in to Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast. We will be here with you until 2017. We'll, of course, count it down as the ball drops in Times Square. And if you can believe, I was watching some coverage of Times Square. People started getting in their little spots yesterday morning.
Yes,
Could you imagine standing around in New York for almost 48 hours? Because of security, you can't leave the fenced-in area, so I guess if you gotta go, you
gotta go in your pants.
You go.
You ask the hobos where the natural hobo bathroom is.
Run down and buy one of those astronaut diapers and wear it for 2 days. But before we get to all that, we'll get back down to the local music. This next band absolutely killed it this past year with their debut EP. It was called Trick or Treat. Actually, we had them in studio right here on the Tony Jones Show. We're going to have a double shot of 1031, and that's going to stick. That's going to start off with my favorite track off of Trick or Treat. This track is called Hand That Feeds. You heard it right here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast. You were tuned in to Rhode Island Free Radio.
Play.
going to the bank.
Yeah, we're
Now serving.
I would like to leave a deposit.
Coming out of Die a Little, the name of that one, we heard from the Die Pods right here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast. The Narragansett beer is flowing. Again, Slappy, thank you for purchasing the libations this evening.
Oh, you're welcome.
Before
Anytime.
that, we heard a double shot of 1031. This past year, they put out the Trick or Treat EP. I brought you into Hand That Feeds, my favorite track off of the EP. And then we heard I Will Not Drown. You heard it here on Rhode Island Free Radio. We are, 52 minutes and 45 seconds away from January 1st, 2017, if you can believe it. And as we said way back at the top of the hour, our fourth or fifth year here broadcasting live while all the other media outlets, they're playing some like canned list or they're playing the top songs. Nobody's even working at any of these other media outlets, but we are here live and local with you, bringing you the best of 2016 and looking forward to 2017. I do want to circle back and talk a little bit more about the deaths. Now, can you guys remember a year with so many deaths? I mean, we've been covering this now for going on 5 years, and we usually talk about a few deaths, and that's about it. We move on. But there's this list of famous people that passed away this past year. It's incredible.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper went fishing, and he caught himself a couple, that's for sure.
Recently, Alan Thicke passed away. I think a lot of people forgot about that. We were talking off the air. You were talking off the air. I'm not sure why he's in with the celebrities, but Fidel Castro. It'll be interesting to see what pans out in Cuba for that. Kind of a little obscure, but he was one of my favorites. The tall man from Phantasm.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Angus
about that one.
Scrim, boy.
Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to get crucified for not remembering that one.
You mentioned Alan Rickman. He was, a few years ago, biopic about CBGBs came out. One of my favorite movies. I watch it all the time. And Alan Rickman was in that. Abe Vigoda, okay, 94 years old. We can kind of see, that it was his time. Just had a fantastic life. Frank Sinatra Jr. passed away at 72 years old. He was one of the ones that came through Rocky Point. This is interesting. If you guys remember, a few years back, it came out that the mayor of Toronto was a crackhead. He was smoking crack while in office. Yeah.
Yep.
Rob Ford, he passed away at 46 years old.
Gee, I wonder why.
I wonder why. Merle Haggard, if you're a country and western fan, 79 years old, he passed away. Of course, you mentioned Prince. That was just a shocker. Nobody was expecting that. I think a lot of people are already forgetting that Muhammad Ali, formerly Cassius Clay, the greatest three-time heavyweight champion, he passed away at 74. Kind of some rough years towards the end there. I think he had Parkinson's or something along those lines. Kind of in rough shape, but I remember hearing stories that, was it maybe WrestleMania 5, that the wrestlers were legitimately afraid of Muhammad Ali, that he didn't know the difference between kayfabe and real life, and that if he swung and punched one of the wrestlers, that guy was done for.
Or if he heard the bell ringing.
Yeah, right?
I would be afraid of Muhammad Ali swinging at me, too. I wouldn't want him to contact at all.
Now, a lot of people know him from a mix of iced tea and lemonade, but if you're a golf fan, at 87 years old back in September, Arnold Palmer passed away. Yep. And kind of a niche area, but he was, as far as golf goes, the top guy. Interesting to see, if there's anybody that becomes the next Arnold Palmer, because a lot of the professional golfers are having a tough time right now. It's not exactly thrill a minute for people out there that watch professional golf.
Golf's on. Time to watch the paint dry on the wall. Maybe if they made it full contact golf and had half naked cheerleaders on the side, maybe.
Cheerleaders at a golf tournament? No.
Yeah, because they'd have to be old, right?
Exactly.
Well, you'd like them then. Wouldn't you, Slappy?
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, I want to talk about, the fact that I feel that I'm getting older and older here as the time goes by.
Come on.
Because the top songs of 2016, Only a handful of these folks I've actually heard from. At number 10, The Chainsmokers, a song called Closure. Number 9, Justin Timberlake, Can't Stop the Feeling. Number 8, The Chainsmokers, again, Don't Let Me Down. Number 7, God, this song was just brutal with the parodies and everything. Adele, Hello.
Oh.
That was number 7. Number 6, Designer with Panda. Number 5, 21 Pilots, Stressed Out. That was a decent song. That was pretty cool. Rihanna featuring Drake, Work at number 4. Drake again at number 3, One Dance. And Chuckles, you're going to love this. The top 2 songs at number 2, Justin Bieber with Sorry. And at number 1, Justin Bieber with Love Yourself. So,
Really?
I don't see the appeal. The kid sells tons of records.
If 2016 couldn't be any worse, he tops the top.
Wow.
That just seals the coffin right there. Put a nail in it.
I thought it would be Cake by the Ocean for you.
You know what? I'm going to give you By the Ocean.
No?
Yeah, with the sharks.
The West Warwick Ocean.
Water skiing with sharks.
Now, if you want to hop in the Wayback Machine, if you want to go to 2016, at number 10, Beyonce, check it out. Number 9, if you can believe it, Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back, a song that was once my entrance music when I was wrestling. At number 9, Crazy Bone, Ridin'. Number 7, Gnarls Barkley, Crazy. That was a pretty cool song. Number 6, Natasha Bedingfield with Unwritten. This was a cool song. Way back at number 5 in 2006, Shakira featuring Wyclef Jean, Hips Don't Lie, a great music video.
Yeah.
You might want to watch it on mute, but it was a great music video. At number 4, James Blunt, You Are Beautiful. Number 3, Nelly Furtado, who is just totally off the map in the last 10 years. And number 2, Sean Paul, Temperature. And at number 1, Daniel Power, Bad Day, with the little piano there. Had a bad day. That was way back in 2006 now.
Wow.
If you want to hear something painful, brutally painful, let's go all the way back to 1996 at number 10, Keith Sweat with Twisted. Number 9, Tony Braxton, You're Making Me High. Number 8, Donna Lewis, I Love You Forever, which I can't even place that song, really. Number 7, Bone Thugs and Harmony. No, not the first of the month, Crossroads. That was a decent song. Number 9, Tracy Chapman, She's Fallen Off the Radar. Give Me One Reason. Number 5, Mariah Carey, Always Be My Baby. Number 4, the Tony Rich product, Nobody Knows. Number 3, Celine Dion, Because You Loved Me. Oh, painful. Number 2, Mariah Carey featuring Bone Thugs and Harmony, One Sweet Day. Yes, get ready for the painfulness. This is what I was talking about. If you can believe that 1996 was 20 freaking years ago, the number 1 song in 1996, if we had a drum roll, I'd cue it up. Los Del Rio, the Macarena.
Oh, my God.
A song that has played at wedding after wedding over the past 20 years. I can actually still kind of remember the moves, the dance steps.
And if I ever see Lenny the Loon doing that, he's getting a chair to the back.
He does that in front of the refrigerator.
As he's looking for a snack.
Hey.
Hey, watermelon.
When we come back, we'll talk about 2016 and what we saw in the top rock charts. Again, I'm getting old because I know a few of these folks, but some of them I've just never heard of. And I pride myself on a guy that kind of keeps up with music and pop culture. I also want to talk about food, and I want to talk about our predictions for 2016 coming up. Hopefully we don't have another year like we'll talk about 2017 coming up. Hopefully we don't have another year like 2016 where great person after great person dies, but I do have my celebrity pick of who I think will pass in 2016. I also want to talk a little bit about wrestling. We saw a lot of great wrestling independently. WWE did their thing. TNA kind of falling off, and Ring of Honor, they're getting there. They're really trying to build that up, but we'll get to all that in just a little bit. We have a lot to get to because it's only 43 minutes and 49 seconds until January 1st, 2017. We're going to have a double shot of a great, unfortunately now defunct local band. They are the Jesse Minute, and this track is Settle Down. You heard it here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast right here on Rhode Island Free Radio.
Settle down, figure out what it is you're all about. If you come around this time, I really wouldn't have a line to pull you from the edge. You're making a big mistake. Believe you know the way to go, the way to make it right this time, to make it right this time. And you can't see the writing on the wall. It doesn't add up. That she's no good. I'll make you see what it is and
Light This Place Up, the name of that one, 95 Hyde, right here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast. Before that, a double shot of the unfortunately now defunct Jesse Minute. We heard Settle Down, and then after that we heard Sweet on Me. I want to thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us. Greetings continue to come in from around the globe as we have 35 minutes and 17 seconds until January 1st, 2017. Directly through Spreaker, we are hearing from the one and only Nurse Misery. That's right, Chuckles. She's still up. She says Happy New Year's to all of us here in studio. Staying up past her, but probably waiting for you to get home.
Yeah, with the rolling pin.
Yeah.
How dare you?
We love you.
I'm sorry.
And we're hearing from some friends in Germany. I'm not sure what the time is in Germany, if they are already into their 2017 or not. But thank you guys for checking in. Thank you for enjoying the music. You know, we talk about it here once in a while, but Germany, Japan, all of Europe, they still love American punk rock. And Rhode Island Free Radio, the Tony Jones Show, is one of the few places to get some of this independent music. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in around the globe. Our friends in Pawtucket are listening, and we have quite a few folks from throughout Rhode Island tuning in and hanging out with us, staying home, taking it easy as we roll into 34 minutes and 13 seconds until January 1st, 2017. I want to look back quickly, the top rock songs of 2016. Judah and the Lion, Take It All Back. At number 10, The One Moment, OK Go. Number 8, we heard from the Lumineers, Ophelia. That was a pretty good song. Kaleo, Way Down We Go. At number 6, Why Do You Consider Them Rock? The piano-driven, quote-unquote, rock of Coldplay, Hymn for the Weekend. Number 6, brutal. Number 5, Fits and the Tantrums, Hand Clap. I like that song. Sucker for Pain featuring Ex-Ambassadors at number 4. Ride, 21 Pilots, number 3. Number 2, Ex-Ambassadors, Unsteady. And at number 1, I dig this song. It's from the Suicide, what's the name of the show I'm trying to think of?
The Suicide Squad?
From the Suicide Squad soundtrack, Heathens, 21 Pilots. That's a decent song. So I confirmed their spot at number 1. Heathens by 21 Pilots. That was the hottest rock songs in 2016, of course. I got to say, you know, when all these award shows come out, it's going to be half of them giving shout-outs to the people who passed away since the last award show, the Grammys and the Billboard Awards, all on tap at the beginning of the new year. I want to look back a little bit into what happened in professional wrestling this past year. I got out to quite a few independent shows, Beyond Wrestling, New World Extreme, but I did get out to a Raw filming, a house show, and an NXT filming. And I got to say, NXT, I mean, just absolutely blew the top off of it. The seats were cheap. It was at an intimate venue at URI. And it was awesome to see Samoa Joe and some great up-and-comers. And I got to say, NXT, if you have the network, you have the ability to watch it. is probably the best product that WWE is putting out now. A couple decent pay-per-views this past year, I thought, but I think there's definitely some room for improvement. What did you guys think as far as WWE level wrestling?
I got to give them credit. I thought that the splitting of the rosters was going to doom them, so I have a love-hate relationship with WWE,
Right.
and I'll give them a break for a little bit and come back to them and see what's going on, but I have been paying for the network, and I haven't given it up because I like watching WCW, Nitro, old filmings and all that. So I figured I'd catch out some of the new pay-per-views. And, I was shocked about the split.
This past week, for the first time, SmackDown in the ratings beat Raw. I mean, I just automatically assume that SmackDown will be the jobber of all jobber shows.
I have to say, and this is a shocker, SmackDown has the better wrestlers right now.
Well, the rumor is that Raw was supposed to be for folks who like storylines, the theatrical side, and SmackDown was supposed to be just a pure wrestling show, but I don't think that's really panned out.
No, it hasn't. They both have their storylines and everything, but I'd have to say, again, SmackDown has the better wrestlers so far. I'm not a big Kevin Owens fan, and him being a world champion really does not do it for me. I mean, there's so many better wrestlers out there that could have that title. The guy's a good wrestler, don't get me wrong. He just doesn't have a gimmick, which is, I think, one of the reasons they team him up with,
they almost
with Jericho.
have to.
Because the guy's a world champion. That's like when they forced it on to Roman Reigns. No one liked it because that dude has no gimmick to him. I don't see the difference between the two. But
now, has having the network changed how you consume wrestling? Because I got to say, I'm more apt to spend the time for a pay-per-view when I don't have to pay $75 or when I don't have to go down to Hooters or Boneheads and buy $20 worth of wings to be able to watch the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, you don't feel like you have to watch the pay-per-view because you can watch it the next day, and you don't feel like you have to stay true to the modern stuff. I mean, there's so much. We sat down the other day and we started watching Raw from episode number 1, and we went up to 72 during the weekend. It was myself, my brother Chuck, and his brother from the West Coast came out, and man, that stuff was still entertaining. I mean, we would watch it when Macho Man was forced to do commentary. We know how that filmed out. He didn't really care for that. And then we were able to point out all the wrestlers who was dead, who was a wash-up, who's still in it. It was pretty good, I have to say, watching the older stuff, which makes the network worth its money.
Now, it was great to see, in my opinion at least, AJ Styles' debut at the Royal Rumble. I've been following him in the independents for as long as I can remember. I mean, it seems like the guy's been around in wrestling for 20 years. Maybe it's been longer.
A lot longer. TNA, he was a world champion in there. Now he's a world champion in WWE.
He looked like a little kid.
New Japan.
New Japan. The guy's, he is his namesake. He is phenomenal. He is good in that ring, what he does.
I don't see it.
Dude, the guy's incredible.
I really don't see it.
He's like the Bret Hart of our age group right now. I mean,
I think he has a show up. He does the same thing over and over and over and over. I'm sorry.
Everybody's entitled to their opinions.
Now, the rumor going around on SmackDown a few months back, actually it was on Talking Smack, it was on the after show, when Miz went off the rails, people are saying that was legit, that was an actual shoot against Daniel Bryan, that wasn't a gimmick. And I mean, it's pretty intense, so I don't know if that's necessarily the truth, but that's what they're saying, that he just went off the rails.
I remember that shoot where he called him out and everything when he was trying to belittle the Miz, and the Miz flipped out on him and turned it back around him. Everybody gives the Miz crap, right? But the dude has a good gimmick, and he can wrestle, and he has paid his dues.
Yeah.
I mean, from when we first watched him, everybody kicked his ass.
I forgot what old pay-per-view I was watching, but Miz was the poor guy on the other side of. Remember when WWE was trying to do real fights? They had Butterbean and things like that.
Right.
He was on the losing side of an actual real match against some boxer who just cleaned his clock.
And let's not forget how many times Kane has choke slammed them to hell, and Undertaker's given him the last ride, and he's been speared countless times. And the kid can wrestle.
Yeah.
Kid, he's our age. But he definitely can wrestle and deserves that belt. Being a world champion, probably not. He's probably one of the better mid-carders, and it's, again, my opinion, probably one of the better intercontinental champions that has been seen in the last 5 years as far as wrestling goes.
He plays the heel card perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does.
And it's great to see a wrestler with a manager that's active, that's, playing all the gimmicks of helping him win and getting involved. It really harkens back to the days of a Captain Lou Albano or the Bobby the Brain Heenan, throwing salt in the guy's eyes and things like that.
Fuji.
Yeah, people legitimately hate The Miz. Like, if he fell in the crowd, like, if there was a security, they would probably beat him up.
They would just tear him up.
They legitimately hate this guy when he comes out.
I would be one of them.
He does his job well.
No, we don't.
And going to the few shows this past year, and of course being at Comic-Con, it looks like there's, I don't necessarily want to say new wrestling fans all the time, but there's more people getting back into wrestling, new fans, and a big thing I saw at the convention was second-generation fans. So these folks, their kids are going with their kids to meet some of the wrestlers, and they're getting their kid into wrestling, and they're sitting down as a family on Monday night, like I did as a kid, watching Flying Brian Pillman, and there's a multi-generation wrestling fans out there.
Yeah, my daughter's not even 4 months old, and we set her down in front of wrestling, and she's locked onto the colors. So she's going to be locked onto wrestling when we get older. She's probably going to be into the Unicorn Boys themselves. So,
well, I'm sure at some point, because they own everything, Disney will buy WWE, and then they can just make it a complete PG-13 thing.
Yeah, there we go.
WWE The Ride. What would that be like?
They give you a last ride.
You get in there, they shoot you up with steroids.
And then the ride comes to a complete stop at like 14 feet in the air, and you drop into a cushion.
And then you have to make out with Pat Patterson.
Oh, my God.
All right, we're going off the rails here. So with 25 minutes and 3 seconds until January 1st, 2017, local time, we'll get back to some music, and I want to talk a little bit about food before we roll in to 2017.
You're getting him excited.
Hey.
But before that, we're going to hear from the great Lee Fields. I love this song, Standing By Your Side. You heard it here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast on Rhode Island Free Radio. That's rifreeradio.org.
I'll wait till you come home. 'Cause the loving you give hurts like a broken bone. But it's alright, I can stand the pain. Using dirty rags to cover up the stain. Oh, baby, I'm standing by your side. 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 A love that hurt is worth the work. You take everything we had and walk away like it ain't that bad. But it's alright, I can stand the pain. But the price we pay ain't what's on the tag. Oh, baby.
at the bottom of the ocean.
Aye.
Hello, listen, lady.
Change, and I'm really super sorry that I'm going insane. Don't mean to bother, I don't mean to complain. Oh no. If you change your mind, I might change in time. Who knows what you'll find if I do what I like. Change your mind, I might change in time. Who knows what you'll find if I do what I like. Would you care? Would you pick me up and swallow me? So excited that I'm writing that I can't seem to stop. In my heart out of future would be on top. And if I had my way, I would never be safe from you. If I had my way, I would never be safe from you. But hiding in these walls is all I seem to ever do. Ever do. Ever do. Ever do.
Coming out of a double shot of Listen Lady right here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast on Rhode Island Free Radio. Little Mouse, the track you've just heard. Before that, Rain It Down. You can find them at listenlady.bandcamp.com. They put out a fantastic 7-inch EP this past year. Last time we chatted, I brought you into the great Mr. Lee Fields. Of course, of Lee Fields in the expression, standing by your side, the name of that one. We are rolling into 2017 with 16 minutes and 51 seconds until January 1st, 2017. I'm going to thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us through Facebook and through Twitter. Folks are still checking in, so they've been hanging out for the full 3 hours. And you know, it's a great night of broadcasting when it feels like we just sat down to do this, and we are rolling in to the new year. I want to briefly talk about politics. I don't want to get too much into politics because we don't have much time. I want to get into a couple of food stories, but working on it on the front lines, I think this may be the year that Rhode Island legalizes recreational, you know what I'm going to say now.
Yeah.
Cannabis. Now,
Oh, yeah.
not recreational necrophilia, what you were hoping for. No, I'm talking about recreational cannabis. And I know a lot of people aren't following this story, but I am, because even though I no longer partake, we throw people in cages over a plant, and it's just wrong on so many levels. Canada is actually looking at nationwide recreational legalization in the year 2018. So folks that are out there that are into investing, look into some of those cannabis stocks, the legitimate companies, not the publicly traded stocks that are owned by two dudes who live in their parents' basement and have somehow become able to put a marijuana company legal. But look into some of those cannabis stocks, because in 2018, that's my prediction tonight. Those stocks are really, really going to hit the roof. Now, I want to just backtrack a little bit. 2017, more celebrities will pass away. I have my prediction, because the last 2 times I saw him, he wasn't looking so hot. My prediction, Chuckles, you're not going to like this, is Hulk Hogan.
Oh, no.
I don't think he has too many good years left. I think 2017 may be the final year for the Hulkster.
If that happens, I'm splitting Lenny the Loon over with a chair. I do not like that at all.
Do you guys have any predictions for 2017?
Nah, I don't want to jinx it.
No, I don't go there. I just take it day by day.
And I'm an evil clown. You think I would? But maybe someone will spill some water on Gina Raimondo. I'm melting. Maybe
She melted already.
or maybe Donald Trump's toupee. He might hit the bucket because he's going to be able to get a new one to wear.
What's wrong with Chewbacca Jr.?
Huh?
Now, this borders politics and food. 1,000 protesters demanding higher wages shut down a string of McDonald's in the Chicago area. What do you think of the fight for 15? So these folks want $15 an hour for fast food jobs, and they're being pretty successful making their case. What do you guys think about that?
I think that is a kick in the ding-ding, especially for us out there that have jobs that we have to go to school for. And we
Student
are only
loans.
making $17 an hour.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, and then someone that wants to flip burgers, which is not supposed to be a permanent job.
Right.
It's supposed to be a step-up job and is meant for teenagers. But because there's no work out there, it becomes a permanent job. But in the same case, those places are going to go under, because if it's $15 for an hour for those employees, how much is that cheeseburger going to cost you?
Or just all the employees get fired and they go full automation, because there's machines out there. You see them at 24-hour truck stop. I went to one. It was the most disgusting fast food I ever had. It was a easy on, easy off, touring from New York, coming back maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. You put your money in the vending machine, then you open the slot, and there was burgers in there, and you grabbed a burger. Now, they made that burger at noontime, put it in the slots, and here I am eating it at 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's just say I sped home back to Rhode Island.
Yeah, you're going to lose jobs. You see it happening now. Walmart's is doing it, all that stuff, automated cash registers.
Right.
It won't be hard to get rid of you. People start being greedy like this. And, no, fast food is a hard job. It really is.
Yeah, it sucks.
We've all done that in this room. It does suck, but that's the point. It's not supposed to be a job that you stay with. It's supposed to say, oh, this sucks.
And move on.
You're supposed to look for better and move on.
Way back in February, Taco Bell spent $30 million for a Super Bowl ad to debut the quesadilla, fried chicken taco shell, mac and cheese, Cheeto mozzarella sticks, and the Whopperino. $30 million. How many tacos could you get for $30 million?
The Whopperino.
The Whopperino. I don't think it lasted long, but they spent $30 million to announce it.
What the hell's a Whopperino?
I don't know, but I got to go to the bathroom.
I bet you it's
fried
disgusting.
chicken what?
A fried chicken taco shell. So they were actually taking the chicken skins and making a taco shell out of that, which brings me to one of my favorite sandwiches from Kentucky Fried Chicken, where instead of a bun, it's just 2 pieces of fried chicken, and they put ranch dressing and cheese in between them. The problem is it burns the crap out of your hands while you're trying to eat it. It's like right out of the fryer.
And it gives you a heart attack. Little did you know that they were in business with the local coroner next door. Would you like to buy a casket after buying this chicken sandwich?
One of the great local stories Chuckles, we've both been following is the fact that the largest independent brewery on the East Coast is going to be built right here in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. That should be cool.
Huzzah! I want a job, Matt. You listening?
It's not only going to be a brewery. It's going to be an event space. You'll be able to go there for tours. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, Matt, you listening?
Job.
Yes, please.
Job for old man?
No, you don't. Unless you can push a. Well, yeah, you can be the old
I
man
can
that
push a
pushes the
broom.
broom. Yeah.
London opened up a restaurant this past year where you can dine naked. Now, there's some people I want to see dine naked, and there's some people I do not want to see dine naked.
Can you imagine seeing Lenny DeLune and his mother there?
Come
on. Sorry, Agnes.
I seen him in his bikini.
Oh.
What? Why would you be around him when he's wearing a bikini?
I took him to the pool.
Who wears shorts?
That wasn't a bikini. That was his normal swim trunks that turned into a bikini.
Oh, okay.
It's like that Simpson episode where he kept putting the bikinis on, the mankinis, and they kept sucking up his butt crack.
Oh, that's disgusting. What do you guys think of Whole Foods? And, you know, just people are lazy, but this is supposed to be an environmentally conscious company. They have pre-peeled oranges in plastic containers. So if you're too lazy to peel your orange, if that's too much work for you, you go ahead and get one in a plastic container. They peeled it for you, and now you've thrown away a plastic container which is going to pollute the earth for the next hundreds of years. I mean, really, peeling an orange is too much work for you?
Like you can't, I don't know.
Peel an orange is too much work for you. These are the same people that want $15 an hour to work at McDonald's.
$15 an hour to peel oranges.
I'll do it. Get the zest right in the eye.
Ow! I would do it too.
And one more food story I want to get to. Chipotle, they tried to win back customers this past year by giving away free burritos, but the reason they had to try to win back customers is because they got some bad food and people were getting sick from the burritos. So you almost died from this burrito. Here's a free burrito.
Now, didn't they just come up with something where they were doing burgers now? I thought they had a thing where some of them are working on make your own burgers. I think I saw that advertised.
And just one other food story to kind of tie back to what we were talking about earlier, Pokemon Go. Restaurants had problems with folks going in, you know, not buying anything, kind of walking around looking for a Pokestop.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Coming into McDonald's with that $15 an hour. Do you have a Squirtle?
If you can believe it, we are 8 minutes and 23 seconds away from January 1st, 2017. I want to swing back down to some local music as we count down to the new year. We're going to hear from Melissa Bella Rosa up next. Moving On, the name of this track, right here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast.
You wanna know why our love is gone? You wanna know why I'm moving on? Well, look in the mirror.
what we can't have. We take, we steal, we make it real. I can recognize that it's not for me. We can't justify this eternally. I don't believe it can be anything real. I know, Romeo, you don't need to say it, you can't just go. I know, Romeo, I don't need to ask, I'll just let it go. We are just addicted to the taste of our lips. Something comes alive when you trace down my hips. So dance, 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 dance with me. Tomorrow's gonna change and you will have to go. I know. It feels so right, so right. We dance all night, before a time you are on mine. But I can recognize that this is goodbye. I do not want you to tell me why. Don't worry, I am not gonna die from the way I feel. I know, Romeo, you don't need to say it, you can't just go. I know, Romeo, I don't need to ask, I'll just let it go. We are just addicted to the taste of our lips. Something comes alive when you trace down my hips. So dance, 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 dance with me. Tomorrow's gonna change and you will have to go. I know. I don't wanna stop dancing. This might be the last chance to feel a bit of romancing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't need to say it, you can't just go. I know, Romeo, I don't need to ask, I'll just let it go. We are just addicted to the taste of our lips. Something comes alive when you trace down my hips. So dance, 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 dance with me. Tomorrow's gonna change and you will have to go. I know.
Oh, they leave you insane. Don't hate that I can hate the game. Oh, this talk for so much pain. So much pain until then again. Well, I need someone to talk to. I need someone to hear me. All the things that I'm saying, I'm staring down at the real talk. Real talk, you know, it's hard to find. Accidental breakdown. Accidental break. Accidental breakdown. Accidental breakdown. Accidental breakdown. Accidental breakdown.
1 minute. We have to break in here. Ravi Shavi, Accidental Mental, right here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast on Rhode Island Free Radio, because we are 35 seconds away from January 1st, 2017. Before Ravi Shavi, we heard from the Dust Ruffles, Romeo, the name of that one. And then before that, we heard from Melissa Bella Rosa, Moving On, the name of that track. Of course, I want to thank you all again for tuning in and hanging out with us throughout New Year's Eve. Yes, we've been with you for going on 3 hours now, and it is time for the big old countdown. We are at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys for counting with me as we
Yeah.
go
Oh,
into
my-
January 1st.
I got stuck
That's
in your
right,
ear.
2017. Happy New Year to all of you.
Happy Grew Year.
Happy New
Happy
Year,
New
everybody.
Year, all.
Fireworks are going off. Of course, we have to ask you all to be safe out there. As we mentioned earlier, it's not you that we're worried about. It's the nut job behind you who has just taken 20 beers to the head, or they've been smoking the cannabis, which we hope will be legalized in 2017. You know, my friends have a business they're working on. It's called Duber, and it is the Uber for cannabis. So if you have partaken too much, instead of calling up Uber, you call up Duber. So I got to ask you guys your predictions and resolutions for 2017. Today is the first day to start them. Of course, mine is to build up Rhode Island Free Radio and to continue to put out fantastic media that you can't find anywhere else. What do you guys have on tap for the new year?
Well, I'm going to put this. I never make New Year's resolutions because I don't keep to 'em.
Right.
So that's something I will keep in tradition. My New Year's resolution is not to have a New Year's resolution. Hurrah! I did it.
There will be an idiot convention at the gym tomorrow.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm there.
The people that like, oh, I have to start going to the gym. When? New Year. Why don't you just go now? Right.
That's my view on resolutions. If I'm going to do something, just do it. Why
Yeah.
wait?
Yeah, I mean, if I want to make my show great, I'm not waiting until the New Year.
Yeah,
I'm
and
just
why
going to keep
adver-
working.
And why do you advertise it?
Yeah. Well, that's why the gym is $1 a month starting in December, because they can get all those idiots in, and they'll pay every month and never show up.
I am predicting, however, that 2017, the year of Donald Trump, is going to be a year of a lot of rioting.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on and going down that people are not going to like, and there's going to be a lot more rioting and police job opportunities for all of us out there. So that's my prediction on that part. And wrestling is, Royal Rumble's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be crazy. I'm saying it's either going to be Goldberg or Brock Lesnar that takes the Rumble. I mean, it's not going to be anybody else.
Goldberg.
Really?
Do you think they're going to break out any new talent?
I don't know about new talent, but I heard rumors that Kurt Angle's coming back. The minute he gets dumped out of the ring, he's out again.
Injury.
Out injury. They might as well bring back, like, you ever see the wrestling Where Are They Now?
Oh, God.
And they show, not Mark Henry, but the other dude there from Nation of Domination. They show him, and no, not Farouk. Amen Johnson.
Oh, God.
They show the guy, and he's 400-plus pounds now. He used to be this brick house, and now he looks like Abdullah the Butcher's grandfather.
How about Booker T's brother? He's selling used cars.
Yeah, what happened to him? Why isn't he into the wrestling world anymore?
He did some indie stuff, and him and Booker were tag team champions in the indie program.
Now, I heard a rumor that Vince McMahon has pretty much bought 95% of the contracts for Ring of Honor.
Wow.
I don't know if this rumor's true. I would go with it probably is.
Could be, yeah.
That he owns most of that talent now, and you're going to see a lot of those guys coming in.
back.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jay Lethal was supposed to be coming to WWE, too.
Why would you want to see Jay Lethal?
Well,
I
That's
wouldn't.
what he rumored. Like,
The coolest
He's
gimmick
good.
he did was the Macho Man gimmick, and then they had him stop it.
Yeah.
That was one of the coolest
Total
things.
ripoff.
Yeah,
Black
but it was awesome.
Black machismo.
Yeah. Well, why would you care about Jay Lethal? They're just going to add
I
him
like
to.
Ring of Honor. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I watch wrestling for one thing and one thing only. Oh, God. And not the women.
The ads.
No, not necessarily.
To see
When
Pat
I'm
Patterson.
depressed, it cheers me up.
Yeah.
For some reason, it does. It really does.
Except for when you see some of those wrestlers, and then you get even more depressed.
See him 20 years later,
Yeah.
yeah.
James Ellsworth.
You see him hobbling into Comic-Con charging you $5 for an autograph.
One of our favorites trying to get us over there to get his autograph. Like, come on over and get my autograph. No, we don't like you. Get away from me.
Well, we are almost 5 minutes into 2017, if you guys can believe it, and I guess it's about time to get out of here. I want to thank you guys for being a part of this. Great job. Fantastic night of broadcasting. Thank you all for tuning in across the nation. Of course, be sure to go to chucklesandlaughs.com, rifreeradio.org. You can find me at tonyjones.org, facebook.com/rifreeradio, facebook.com/TonyJonesShow. And I'm on Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. But if you're still having fun, if you're still partying, we are going to have a few more tunes on tap for you before we wrap things up for the night, as we are 5 minutes and 13 seconds into 2017. Y'all have fun. Be safe. I hope you stay out all night. And if you have imbibed too much, just don't do it. It's not worth it. So
No, the fine's really expensive.
it's a pain. It's a pain in the butt. So, find a ride, call Uber, call Lyft, whatever you need to do. But have fun, be safe. And I know a lot of folks are waking up early tomorrow to have brunch, to have their first big meal of the new year. You guys having any big New Year's Day meal tomorrow?
Yeah, it's Nurse Misery's birthday party, so we're going to be heading out to the big Red Robin for her free burger.
Hell yeah. The only thing better than that is when there was a Hooters and they would dance for you on your birthday.
Everybody, you remember that? USWF, when we used to wrestle with these guys? This group of wrestlers that Tony and I had the privilege of wrestling with, a good bunch of people. We would go into Hooters, and it would be someone's birthday every time we went in there.
Just for the free dance.
It's our birthday. Maniac Mike went in there, I think, like 20 times in 1 month. It's my birthday.
And for all you foodies out there, I am off to check out Guy Fieri's new restaurant for New Year's Day, which just opened up at Foxwoods. So we'll see, if you're a food fan, I want to see if the restaurant matches up to Guy Fieri. Some of the reviews I've read online have been less than positive, but, you can never base things off of that. So, well, let's get on out of here. I can't think of a better track to ring in the new year for everybody here and everybody tuning in. We're going to hear from Morris and the East Coast. The name of this track is Will You Still Love Me When I Lose My Mind? Yes,
Nope.
You heard it here on Tony Jones's Rockin' New Year's Eve broadcast on Rhode Island Free Radio. Again, thank you all for tuning in. And, guys, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Happy Blue Year.
Bye, everybody.
Happy New Year's.
Bye.
Will you love me when I lose my mind? When I'm eating my Cheerios one at a time, and I look at you now like you're some old friend of mine. Will you love me when I lose my mind? Will you love me when I'm barely there? There's a note that I left for you at the foot of the stairs. Said I'll always remember you, but I tend to forget. Will you love me when I lose my mind? Baby, love, such a strange game. It goes on and on, from dusk until dawn, and summer to fall, and frozen in thought. But does it die with mine? Will you love me when I'm bound to die? It's a short while now, as crows surely fly, and dawn isn't breaking, 'cause I fixed it in the night. Will you love me when I lose my mind? Baby, love's such a strange game. It goes on and on, from dusk until dawn, and summer to fall, and frozen in thought. But does it die with mine? Does it die?